Alright guys, this is a story of Rocco the Caveman, where numbers come from. So meet Rocco, such a handsome fellow with the most beautiful teeth and beautiful eyes. He just doesn't want to let anybody see them. But Rocco lived in a society where no numbers existed, no math existed. So how horrible, right? Because we all love math so much. Until one day, Rocco found some sheep outside of his cave. And he decided to capture the sheep and domesticate them. And he was so excited because he was able to do that and accomplish it. But he wanted to go straight to his good old friend, Sue Stone. But he had a problem. How was he going to describe how many sheep he had? Remember, no numbers existed. So Rocco thought about it, and he decided he would go with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And he called those numbers the counting numbers. The numbers that come naturally to him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And then Rocco decided to become a leader, and he showed everybody else in his tribe how to catch, domesticate, and count sheep. But everybody else was just not very nice. So Rocco woke up one morning, and all of his sheep were gone. How horrible, right? So now Rocco couldn't use the numbers he had invented. He only thought about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but he had no sheep. He needed a new number. He needed something that would include the number 0. So Rocco thought about it, and he decided to invent another set of numbers that included 0, and he called them the whole numbers. So the whole numbers now included those natural counting numbers 1, 2, 3, but it also included 0. And then, Rocco was so madly in love with Sue Stone that he wanted to marry her. But in order to do that, he needed sheep, so he needed to bring something forth to the family. But remember, they stole all of his sheep, so he didn't have any. So Rocco thought about it, and he decided that he was going to go and borrow some sheep. But now, how was he going to describe that to Sue Stone? Because he couldn't use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because technically they weren't his sheep. He had sheep, so he couldn't use the number 0. So he had to come up with a different set of numbers. He was in debt to this person. He owed them something. So those numbers he needed were negatives. And he decided to call those negatives integers. Now within integers, he decided to also include the 0, which are the whole numbers, and the natural counting numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then, Rocco was just full of such bad luck that he woke up the next day and a tiger had decided to get a midnight snack with his sheep. So Rocco was stuck again because he woke up and he counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he had 2 pairs of legs, a rump, and a head. So he had more than 6, but not quite 7. How was he going to describe these bits and pieces, the parts? So he thought and he thought, and he decided he would come up with the rational numbers. And the rational number is our most biggest set that includes all of the other sets. It includes our integers, it includes our whole number 0, and it includes our counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that is how the sets of numbers came to life.